And welcome everybody to today's episode of PicklePlay Presents. And we have Blake Renaud, who is joining us from PicklePlay, which is an app that all pickleball players should know about. And I've just been seeing, so are you making a concerted effort of outreach to tournament directors and facilities around the country to let them know about your app? I am saying that because of Lawrence Wittenberg has been very vocal about the things you sent him for his North Carolina tournaments.
Yes, he's wonderful. Yes. So we definitely try to help grow the sport, help get the word out, and people that are doing local tournaments, especially ambassadors. So we have our own ambassadors, people that use our app, see the vision for our app, and want to help promote it in their community. We definitely are excited to help promote and help encourage just having little things in gift bags, maybe having some giveaway prizes and things. So we are excited and happy. We try to be in about 2 to 4 tournaments per month. And so if you know of a local tournament going on in your area, anyone can reach out. We'd love to be a part of it.
Okay, so that is my purpose also in having you here. Your purpose is in growing pickleball, and I would like to help you to grow because you're growing pickleball. And the more people who know about your app, the more people who sign up, the greater benefits for everybody. So it is called PicklePlay. Let me pull it up here. And so does this sound good, Blake? Let's go through the app. Let's go to get a general overview of what it does, and then we can go through some of the specifics because you've sent me a lot of pictures, and we can go through those, and that might be very helpful to people. So PicklePlay.
Yes. So, yep, it's a free app we've been developing over the last couple of years now. It's available for free download on Android or iOS. You create a profile. You can put your self-skill rating in there to let other people know your skill level. And it's based upon a map feature. So you can find local courts to play at and get local court details. You can get contact information, driving directions, kind of know where you can play pickleball. You also can find players in that specific community. So you set a radius and you can search that area, and then you can see who's in that community and how maybe you want to connect with them if they're in your skill set and try to set up some games. There's a little social activity feed, so you can post pictures, comment, like things, see kind of what's going on in our app. You can do individual and group chat, and then some features that we're working on and always growing and developing is posting your pickleball events. So what's going on in your community? When can people play? Where can they play? And people can respond if they're going or not going. So you can have a head count kind of who's in and who's out. So those are kind of finding courts, players, events. You can post your local club. We're trying to connect all those pieces on one pickleball application. So on one platform.
Yeah, because as pickleball players, we do have so many needs. When we travel somewhere, it's finding players who maybe at a certain level, but also knowing what's going on. Knowing about the current events is very interesting. And then also maybe the logistics of maybe they're having a small round robin, or maybe they're open these hours, or maybe they're having a clinic, or
Yeah. And it's exciting because you can post your local clinic or tournament with links then to register. So if you're using another platform to collect registration, you can still post it on the PicklePlay app so people know that it exists and that it's going on. And then you can click here to register, and then it can take you to whatever platform you need to go ahead and register for that. So it's a great way for people that are teaching or coaching, people that are putting on local tournaments and clinics, just to help have another avenue of getting that information out to let people know. As well, like we said, as local clubs or groups can post their open playtimes and get connected with them as well.
Wow, it sounds really user-friendly. So like I have a clinic upcoming this week. I'm going to be teaching a beginner clinic. So are you saying that I could add my clinic on there and then it would be posted like in a radius around my local area? So people who are here.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So people search a specific area, and that's what's great about our app. And the goal of our app is it's great to know that a tournament's going on in North Carolina or somewhere. But most of the time you want to look, whether you're either traveling to that area or it's in a general area of where you live. So we try to have our information pull up in a specific location. So yeah, you could post it on there right today when we're done. I'll help you.
Okay. So just can you give me just a little tiny hint of your background? Because I think building an app and developing an app is there's so many layers to it. There's so much to it. Yeah. And do you have a sports background or a business background or an engineering background or?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I have a marketing and business management background. So I've done that off and on. We have 3 kids. And I was really looking to have a career that I loved and that would be flexible with having 3 kids. So the brains behind it kind of came from what can I manage, what can I run, and what could be something that I really love doing. So my husband loves sports way more than I even love sports. I love sports, but he loves competing and loves athletics of any kind. And when we travel, we typically play sports. And so we actually were going to be developing an app for we had the idea for a different sport. And then in the meantime, we started playing pickleball, and Alex was playing pickleball. And then I started playing pickleball, and then our little kids were hitting the ball and loving it. And then we realized our community had a pickleball club we didn't even know, and just fell in love with the sport and how you can be any age. You can play for fun, you can play competitively, there's so many options with pickleball, and it attracts so many people. But there really wasn't a great resource out there all in one spot to connect all these dots. So that's our goal. We're still developing, we're still improving, we're constantly taking feedback because it is a new concept, but I run the business end of things. We have a professional development team that does actually the coding. And here we are about 3 years later.
Yeah. How exciting. And, to be doing something that you love and for a sport that you love, but then also realizing, like you said, oh, there's a club here. We didn't even know it. And then it's like, well, other people probably have the same questions. How do we find out to be able to navigate this pickleball world?
Yes. And that's one thing that we wanted to make sure to add. If you have a local club or your local organizer, you can at least just create a club profile on our app. So you will come up when people search, and then you can have a link back to your website and they can contact you or find more information about your club. But clubs are growing all over, and a lot of people don't even know they exist. So a lot of people play for fun at their local park and they don't even know they could join a community. So
yeah, especially with the rate that pickleball is growing. There's just so many people who are brand new and who've got those questions. But let's take a look here. You sent me some screenshots of the kind of the interior parts of your app, and I think that'll be really interesting just to look here. What's going on? If you could explain that.
Yeah.
So what is this screen? What is this here?
Yep. So this is our activity feed. So this is like a social media thread. You also, on that little bell in the top right, will get notifications. So if someone invites you to something or adds you as a friend, this doubles as a social media thread and an activity bell. So people can post photos. Like this is Tyson Apostle, who is partnered with us. Oh. You'll also see when new courts are added. So this is kind of what's going on in the PicklePlay app world. So you'll see courts that are added. People can post photos or comments.
Okay, so if I go down here, I see the home screen. That'll take me back to the home. This is my notification.
Yep.
Is that the calendar?
Yep. So the middle icon is our event calendar section. So this is the one that we're constantly working on right now. Really excited, but you can see one events that you're invited to. You can create events. You can post what's going on to your local club page, or if you create a private group. So
now with the events, since it has the map feature, it'll know where I'm at, and I imagine it'll show me events within a certain radius. can I say I'm traveling to Florida and this area. Now I want to see that. Can I plug in a different location?
Yeah. So from our home map screen, and I don't know if I sent you that screen or not, we'll get to that, but you can actually search anywhere in the world. So we have users in India, we have users in Thailand, we have users all over. The UK, it's becoming more and more popular. So yeah, the goal is just connect literally the world.
I love it. I love it. And then also, so you've got people all around the world who are actually uploading the content because they live there and this is what they do, which really keeps your app, fresh and relevant, I would say.
Yes. Yep. So that's, what we're trying to do is get the word out and encourage people to post their local events and their local schedules and information, because that's going to help anyone that's searching their community. So. Yep.
Okay, here's a question. So if I have my little clinic coming up this week and then the date passes, is it just deleted and removed automatically? Oh, that's perfect.
So it automatically expires. You don't have to, once it's up there, you don't have to manage it. I think it's at midnight that day or sometime in the middle of the night, it will automatically expire. So
good to know. I like that.
Yeah.
Automatic housekeeping. Okay, now so here I see a map here.
Yep. So this is our home map screen. So after you create your profile, this is our home map screen. This is something that we're constantly working on. We'll have some improvements coming out this fall to this, but you can search that location bar or the search.
There you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this is where you can type in. I mean, I live in Iowa. I live in the Midwest. So I can type in, Cedar Falls, Iowa, which is where we live, and it'll pull up this area. You can search, hey, I'm going to New York. What's going on there? And we have over 4,000 courts, and people are adding courts all the time. So one thing I wanted to mention is that blue plus icon. If you don't have a court on our map, there's new courts being built all the time. Things are changing.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. And our platform is created to be interactive. So it's a live map. And so you can just click that blue plus icon and you can add your local court very easily, and then it will automatically go on our map. So we would love to have you do that if for some reason we don't have your court, but it just helps people find what's going on. And then you can see it's a little hard obviously to see now, but there's a list of clubs and events and players at the bottom.
Yeah.
So
if I click players, it'll show me players who've registered in my area.
Yep. So you can just tap on that. We made you used to have to slide it up, but to make it more user friendly, you can just tap on players. It'll pull up the list of players in that area.
Okay. And then, so courts. So what if someone has 2 courts in their backyard? It's a private place, but maybe they're interested in maybe having people visit or come play, or are those listed as well?
So we don't have a way to filter that specific court type yet, but if they're comfortable, they can add it, and they can just put in the name like private home court, call this number for details, contact us first, or you can actually create an event without having a court tied to it. So some people might say, hey, here we're going to have a little tournament, or we're going to do a round robin or open play even at this location. And then it isn't necessarily a court that's open to everyone, but it will show up as an event going on. So we have a few options, and we're looking into having private courts that are only visible to certain players, but that will be down the road a little bit.
How exciting. All right, let's go on to our next screen. Okay, so here we've got the Cedar Falls Pickleball Club.
Yes.
And okay, so this shows us, what are we looking at here?
Okay, so on that blue plus icon back on the home map screen, you can click add a club. So this is for public clubs or groups to help people know, hey, there's a club or group in my area that I might want to join or become a part of. So if you have a club or group and you want people to know that you exist, you can add your club or group. You fill out some general details, a basic schedule. You can have a couple people as admins. It says visit website, so you can link it to your club's website or Facebook page so they can then, get connected with you. We do. Our app is free, so you'll see some little advertisement pieces. So this is like Zealous Insoles. They're one of our partners for shoe insoles. But under that, you'll find what courts does your club commonly play at, any upcoming events. And then there's little tabs at the top where you can see the list of members in your group on the app. And then you can also post your club events on the top.
Oh my gosh, how interesting. This is really lovely. Okay, so here's another question I'm going to ask you. I've got you here. So I'm going to ask. Okay. So I run the Picklebilly hosted housing, and it is a Facebook group.
Yep.
So could that be a group that could be on here?
That's a great question. So you definitely could. So for instance, we have like the Pickleball in Life, which is Tyson Apostle's pickleball club. It's not necessarily a specific club like this where it's a specific location. They only play at a certain court. It's a group of people. So the only thing is it will ask you to register at where your court is. So you'll only show up on a specific location.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that is the main hurdle for a group like that. It will only show up a specific location. But we have had a couple people reach out to us on how they could get their group or Facebook group more involved. So that's intriguing to me. And we're always looking for ideas and ways to continue to connect the world of pickleball. And
yeah, because I'm thinking, like with the hosted housing, like we almost have 2,000 members.
Yeah.
I think this would be really great just to promote it in general, to have people sign up and then to support this.
I feel like I need to make this because I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, we're like, but we're now around the world. We've got people like everywhere. Yeah. But I think about a group like Pickleball Forum, they have almost 50,000 members.
Yeah.
And then they would be promoting it. So that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yes. We can easily have links back to those Facebook pages and groups. So I think it's a wonderful idea. And
yeah. Okay. So there's that one. And okay. So let's see here. So this is your profile.
Yep. It's just a basic to show people, hey, you have a profile. If you ever want to edit your profile or change any of your notifications or settings, the top right-hand corner, there's a gear icon. Okay. So I just wanted to highlight that with you. You can earn points on this. So if you add courts or do certain things, you get points and it unlocks discounts. I mean, we built this thing with like a million features and now we're kind of going back and fine tuning. But you can find your profile. You can see upcoming events and kind of find your local club and just kind of some basic information. We don't have any, as you can see, there's no like address or any, private information that is on there. It's just your name and skill set. And then whatever you choose to put in your bio. So some people say, I love pickleball, or they say, hey, I play in Seattle, Washington. You can put kind of whatever you want in your bio, but there's nothing that's shown on there. No,
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah.
And then you have posts and media. So if I click post, I'm thinking it's like a post like I do on Facebook.
Yeah. So those just keep track of posts that you've made on the activity feed. So if you just want to find, it kind of just keeps record of what you've posted on there for your knowledge. And then media, if you want to post any pictures of you playing pickleball or your favorite courts or any photos related to pickleball that others maybe want to see on your profile, that's where you would do that.
Oh, I'm sure everyone would want to see my pictures.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very personalized. And so anybody who then, looks up Blake Renaud, then we'll see your posts and see your media. And then we want to put things on that you don't mind the general public taking a look at.
Exactly. Yep. And then here, if you're not friends with someone, a little button at the bottom would pop up and you can request to be their friend. So it's not a huge deal, but if you want to, maybe you meet someone when you're traveling and you want to stay in contact with them, you could add them as a friend as well.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So Let's say I go then to St. George, Utah, and I meet somebody. I just think they're so great, and I go ahead and click it so that we're friends. Does that mean I'm going to see their activity? Does that mean, or does that mean if I want to like find them again, I can click that and then be able to email them or message them?
Yes, it would mean they would go on your friends list, which is on the home map screen. It's one of the little icons you can click next to clubs, players, events, courts, and friends. And then that way you just have them on that list. And then if you ever want to send them a message or reach out to them again, you can. So some people aren't necessarily comfortable giving out their phone number if they meet someone at a park or something. So it kind of keeps a way to stay in contact with them, but maybe, on a lighter scale than.
So so I'm just wondering about this and how it works. Yeah. So I go to that St. George and then we become friends here, and I'm back here in California, and I'm going to travel to St. George again. I want to see if they're in town. When I pull up the map, does it show where they are?
It would show, they would be in the list. So they would be in the player list. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And okay, so here is the Cedar Falls Pickleball Club.
Yeah.
Oh, so on the calendar.
This goes back to that club page that a couple slides ago that we looked at. At the top, you could have your details and your members, and then just your events that are going on. So this is what's going on in your club, and anyone that's a member can see this and be notified, and then they can say if they're going or not going.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and all right, and so here, okay, now we see who is signing up for the events.
So sorry, the screens are kind of out of order, which is totally fine. But this is back to the map screen, and this is if you clicked on players, it would just list all the players in that area based on the radius, and then you could click the box next to their name and shoot them a message if you wanted to try to connect or play with them. So we were out in California for the Orange County Cup, and my husband needed to get some training in before a tournament. So we pulled this up. I shot a message to a handful of 4045 players, and a guy responded, and we set up some pre-tournament play at a local park, all through our chat system, all through the app. So this is kind of where you would do activity like that, where you're maybe looking for players to play with in your skill level, and you would just click next to their name and send them a message.
I really love how interactive this is and how personalized. It's I can see this is going to be very valuable.
Well, thank you. We're constantly, taking feedback and trying to simplify, making it very detailed, but also always working at simplifying as well. So
yeah. And so this is some examples of private groups. So if you have a group of friends and you have your those people that you like to play with, then you can set up a private group here.
Yep. So that center icon is our event section. So you can see any clubs that you're a part of at the top, and any private groups that you're a part of, and kind of keep track of game organization is kind of the goal of this area. If you create a private group, you add your friends that are on the app, and only they will see what's on here. So if a lot of times we play with people in a specific skill level.
Yeah.
And you don't want the whole world knowing where you're playing. It's just between you and a few friends. That's kind of what the private group session's for.
Yeah. So I use WhatsApp. We have a group that we drill in the mornings, and so we use that because you can have unlimited people in the group, and you can send a text message. But I like this better because this is all pickleball, and so it just kind of keeps it all in one place.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of cutting out a little on my end. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy for me, but I'm glad it's probably fine. Yes, so compared to like a WhatsApp or another group where it's a lot of messages, we're trying to simplify, like, when are you playing, where are you playing, and who's going. So you don't have a lot of the other it's a great resource, but a lot of the other communication going on sometimes gets confusing and distracting. And really, you need to know, hey, who's playing, when, and where. So we're excited. We're going to have ways to import a lot of users in the future. and kind of get the word out for that specific group. So we have more coming on this area, but the first phase is out, and would love to have people test it out and use it and let us know how we can make it better.
Okay. Well, thank you for everything that you're doing. This seems, I can't wait to go and download it and begin using it. And I hope that everybody who's watching this will do similarly, so that we can just keep connecting our group and people who love pickleball.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for walking through the slides. I think it's extremely helpful for people to see the actual app, and help me explain some of what's going on. So I love it. I love hosting also. So I love what you guys are doing and connecting people and helping people find places to stay, which is a huge need in the pickleball world. So
it is. People love it. And we're getting really some great connections and lots and lots of signups. So I'm really happy about that.
If we had more tournaments in Iowa, we're getting there.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get there.
We're getting there. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And now I feel really comfortable going in and downloading it, because a lot of times you hear about apps and it just is, you just have to go through the process of figuring it out. But now that I've seen it, now that you've explained it, it just seems like it's going to be really easy.
Thank you. And we just made some huge development switches. So please, everyone, stay tuned. Over the next couple weeks, we are going through our entire app, our entire code, and really just improving a lot of little things in the platform. So it's a constant work in progress, and we're very thankful to be here and have people using it. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Best to you and your family. Thank you, Blake.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.